The Jedi Code is like an itch. He cannot help it. Where is he?
Hello there. Welcome to Explosion Network's Obi-Wan After Show, where we'll be breaking down, discussing, and reviewing each and every episode of the Disney Plus original Star Wars series, Obi-Wan Kenobi. My name's Dylan Blight. Joining me, Ashley Holder.
Hey Dylan, excited to be here. Hello there.
Hello there. No synopsis again because who cares? I stopped caring.
It's Obi-Wan tries to find allies.
Oh yeah, sure. Fucking what a dumb synopsis. I'm over it. Like between this, the Marvel shows, I say we stop caring. I say we start making them.
You double down.
No, it's ridiculous. Mid-season finale. Okay,
we have to wait a whole week between episodes. It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. So let's not beat around the bush. Overall thoughts on part 2, and then let's get straight into the finale, I guess, because that's going to be the last 15 minutes. Because that, I presume, the internet's just mostly going to be talking about the fact that we got to see Vader and Obi-Wan clash lightsabers a lot earlier than I think people would have predicted. Yeah. So what do you think of that? What do you think of the episode overall?
Yeah, solid episode. I mean, sure, there's an exciting bit at the end, but I think it was a good episode as it built overall. Again, developing that Obi-Wan Leia relationship, and kind of seeing the Inquisitor side as well. And I think an interesting episode overall. And then you get the ending, which I have a feeling doesn't live up to what people want, and I think that's kind of the point.
Do you reckon people are going to be angry? I mean, as usual, we're recording straight after watching. I don't know if I haven't seen any reactions or anything, but like, yeah, what do you reckon it's going to be? People pissy that Obi-Wan gets his ass handed to him, or?
I mean, I guess people like, why didn't you finish the job? You had him. What, you can't go through you can't put that fire out, Mr. Super Dark Side of the Force. Couldn't put it out and finish the job.
Yeah, that was my number one. That last sort of sequence of events left me a bit, what? Like, it's literally just a bit of fire. Darth Vader's like, oh shit. You could kind of climb around it if you wanted to. There's those like sort of dirt piles on each side. And then that girl literally just, I guess, slides down the mountain and the robot shows up out of nowhere, and they just managed it. We're going to go into next week's episode. No one's seen them. Oh.
Yeah, here's my take. Darth's kind of disappointed. I feel like he didn't feel as good as he wanted it to because, Obi-Wan didn't put up. It wasn't much of a fight. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Does he want to fight? It sounds like he just wants to torture him, right? Like he wants to.
And he got his fill, but maybe it just didn't feel right because, he's fighting this husk of his former self. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like, especially from Obi-Wan's point of view, it's like he is not interested in fighting. He's almost having PTSD, dealing, like, having hallucinations of Obi-Wan. Of course, he was like breaking into cold sweats when he first found out that Anakin was still alive, and just kind of scared, more than he's ever been, probably ever. So.
That was sort of my favorite thing of the episode. As weird as it is to say that the PTSD stuff was my favorite stuff, but I guess it was like that shot of him staring off and picturing like young Anakin, just sort of that one moment there, like down the cliffside or whatever, him freaking out, and then the way he stared, like the way he like obviously senses in the Force when Vader shows up, and the way it's just like major headache, and then he can't take his eyes off him, and like he's just he's in complete and utter shock. Like he thought they lost. Like, well, he knows they're lost. Like that's the thing. From the first 2 episodes, he's very much adamant we've lost. Like he's just happy to he's just trying to protect Luke, live his life. He knows he's lost, but I guess maybe deep down he was like, at least Anakin's gone, or like maybe he has a sense of like he didn't want to kill him, of course, but like he thinks he did, and I presume he thinks it's for the better because that's one less evil out there, sort of thing. And now, the sort of the most traumatic event and period of his life is back to haunt him and everything like that. So yeah, it's totally understandable why it would be causing this different degree of PTSD for him. And I really enjoyed how that I mean, when Vader first shows up, scary as fuck. I like the way just force choking people. That part where
even just Obi-Wan sensing him.
Yeah, that part. That's what I mean. Like he was freaking out. Yeah. And then like Vader like force choking that person and just dragging him along the ground behind him.
Everybody up. He's like,
yeah. I thought that was like really like if you're the type of person who loved Vader's appearance in Rogue One, I think this sort of will definitely appease those people who want badass sort of haunting Darth Vader, because that's what you're getting here, which is really cool. This and all in all, there's a few things in this. Have a few shots. I'm like, oh, this is slightly above PG. There was also that stormtrooper that got cut in half earlier.
Oh yeah,
something.
I'm like, is that the bloodiest thing we've ever seen in Star Wars?
Yeah, it was like straight
pretty
slice
violent. I mean, we couldn't get the first dude in the first episode of The Mandalorian cut in half.
No.
Couldn't see that. But we saw this stormtrooper get sliced by a laser.
I loved
it. Was clean.
It was very clean. I mean, that's what lasers do.
There was no blood. That's what I meant. No. Like heated up so the cauterized or whatever it is.
That's how they always explain why there's no blood in Star Wars. Or most weapons don't leave blood because like most people are getting chopped in half with laser swords or laser guns and that fight, if you want to call it that, I actually quite enjoyed it for what it was. I didn't like the ending just because, I feel like that whole fight sequence was just a bit dumb and it's literally like, go around it. I don't know, you're Darth Vader, just fucking, I don't know, carry some sand and drop it on it.
We all remember episode 3. You guys jump like crazy.
Yeah, I'll just jump over. Like, yeah, there's a million things you could come up with as to how they could get out of that. So that, other than that, I quite enjoyed. For a second,
I'm like, is he like scared of fire? Is that a thing? No.
Vader, I don't believe so.
Does he have trauma from the lava?
No, because that's why. Because
he put him in it. So I mean,
he sets up his house literally where he was.
Yeah,
burnt alive. Like he has no.
He's not scared of lava.
He's not fearful. He doesn't have fear. So I enjoyed most of it up until there because I actually thought Obi-Wan getting his ass kicked. I really liked the performance, the look on Ewan McGregor's face, like just like pure terrified. Like it really was like he was fighting for his life, and not a moment in any of that did you feel like he stood a chance. Like,
yeah,
I feel like it's done so well that you're like, but deep down, that's the thing, deep down. The end of this series, Obi-Wan survives, Vader survives. Like, there's that whole thing coming into it where people kept arguing, like, what's the point? But like, I feel like that sequence was done well enough that if you're engaged, your mind's still like, oh shit, he's gonna die, and then you're like, no, he ain't gonna die. You know what I mean? Like, you sort of buy into it for a second, which I quite like.
Yeah, I guess it's the interesting thing is going to be how are we going to end this series with Darth Vader not still chasing everyone.
That's what I've said before. I think it has to be that Vader actually thinks he's killed him, or someone's killed him, or something.
he realizes it's not worth it, or he's not with his.
He's
better off alive, living with his.
No, I don't know. Because I just don't think he would. I don't feel like that's like, I don't know. I feel like no.
Put the seeds in there for the eventual Luke saving him.
Yeah, talking about brothers though. Obi-Wan's like, I got a brother. I'm like, oh, what are you going, another spin-off? 2B1 to Kenobi? Like, what's the...
I feel like that was a thing, like in the old canon, maybe?
I don't know. Just like chucking that out there. Other things outside the Vader that I really liked was the, like, sort of one of the best scenes, or maybe the best scene I felt, was the interaction between Obi-Wan and Leia when she asks if he's her father, and like asking,
heartbreaking,
and saying that you know my mother, don't you? Because we were saying last week that it's very obvious that they're setting up Leia's just using her, like, the Force to sense people's if they're telling the truth or bullshit or like what have you. Like, she's subconsciously doing it. She's not doing it on purpose, and she sees straight through Obi-Wan's bullshit there, and like knows that when he's looking at her, he's like thinking of her actual mother, even though he's talking about this fake scenario where his mother, and then her asking if he's her real father. I thought that was a really good scene between those two.
Yeah, it was really sweet, and sad. But it's interesting that because another point is brought up later in the episode about them hunting force sensitive children now and them disappearing.
Yeah,
and like Leia is clearly showcasing force. She's force sensitive.
Yeah, but they never figure that out or anything.
But is that something that she has to learn to suppress going forward?
I don't know. I doubt it.
Okay.
I don't think she ever what she's doing is never like.
It's not crazy. It's not moving.
It's not loud enough that anyone would notice that she's tapping into the Force, or even maybe loud enough that even she would realize she's tapping into the Force. The hunting of the Force-sensitive children, though, is something they covered in the Clone Wars, where Palpatine's actually doing it. Like ahead of this, he's already sort of gathering Force-sensitive children, and they don't really know why or who, when, where, what their purpose is. So, I was gonna say, and then in the Inquisitor's side, I guess because you got like sort of three angles for the episode. The Inquisitor side, I quite enjoyed what we got there. The continuing.
We're just gonna skip over the big Inquisitor thing. Grand Inquisitor's dead.
Yeah, so they say.
It seems.
We'll see. But it is very much like I don't give two shits about him.
You think he's going to come back and rip her friends back, or?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's coming back solely because I think killing him, like it's to me, and I'm just not going to even think about it until the series is over, because at that point I can get mad or like question why the point of doing it is. But I just don't understand why you take a bunch of characters from a TV show, like these Inquisitors and stuff, you take other characters like Ahsoka and you're making them start of your big live action thing, and then you choose to just retcon a big character. And not only that, kill a big character, but it also then kills like a big moment for Kanan when he actually kills the Grand Inquisitor in the show. So it's like, it's a whole bunch of like, there's no reason to do that, and you're shitting on the show that gave you these characters in the first place for no reason. But that's why I just don't think I don't think simple. That's a thing.
It's a clone.
Yeah, if it's a clone, whatever, I don't care.
Yep.
As long as he's back by the end of the show, so Rebels can still be fun.
Canon.
And
yep.
That's all I care about.
But yes.
Yeah, I'm enjoying Reva's continued sort of. The funny thing with her is in reality, she actually seems the most Sith-like the more you sort of see of her. Like, just her straight up, what do you call it? Thirst for power, I guess, and like ruthlessness, and not caring for the rules. It's like the
third sister, right?
Yeah, the third sister. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Reva, right? That's her name, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Reva. It's Reva something. The third sister, yes. So yeah, I quite enjoyed that from her. But she's like, everyone else is like, no, follow the rules, all this sort of stuff, which is how most Inquisitors are in any other property and thing like that. But yeah, she's very much like, she's seeking out this power. She wants to be the Grand Inquisitor. She's just very, very power hungry, which seems a lot more in line with Sith than a lot of other Inquisitors, which is good. And then I can't not touch on this because this has been this whole week, but the fact that the official Star Wars Twitter account has to post a video of Ewan McGregor saying that racism and like hating on actors in general and all this sort of stuff isn't something that should be accepted, and if you do that, you're not a true Star Wars fan and all this stuff. The fact that like these things have to be made and posted, like, just
it's pretty depressing.
It is, yeah. Look,
I think you know what is equally as depressing?
What?
People are like, I didn't like her, and thinking that them saying that is the same as them saying it's racist, being racist. It's that they're two. You can not like her performance, you can not like the show, but in this instance, there's specifically people direct messaging her racist or abusive stuff.
Yeah. And then people who don't even say racist stuff will stick up for those people and say they're not racist. I'm like, well, you're secretly probably, like, I assume slightly racist or something down there. You're just not even outwardly like them, because there's no way anyone sticking up for those like messages she was getting on Instagram and stuff. is ridiculous. But like I'm glad that Star Wars is sticking up for her publicly, because they really just in the past they've let actors like Kelly just get thrown to the wolves, and just even Daisy Ridley had to like delete her Instagram stuff. Like, so there's a thing in the past where Star Wars as a company, or Disney Star Wars, whatever, as a front facing company, has like refused to stand up for this shit. Like even Ryan, if you want to go to Ryan Johnson and everything, but at least for their actors, like especially Kelly, who copped the most amount of shit, I think, outside of Ryan on The Last Jedi, like they refuse to say anything. So it's good that they're at least doing something, but the fact that this shit continues to happen, like, as someone who really I would say I'm a Star Wars fan, but I can 100% say Star Wars is like, at least in the year 2022, and has been for the last couple of years since the release of The Last Jedi, Star Wars is probably one of the most toxic fandoms, I think, on the internet, like these days.
Probably.
Straight up. It is consistently one of the worst cesspools of fucking fuckboys and everything online to wade through. Not to say there aren't, of course, great like fandom sides and you know, people like doing
stuff,
there are lots of like great areas, and you know, like listening to this, if you're listening to us, like we're fine. But,
if you're listening to this, clearly you must be good, and if you got this far, you must.
Yeah, but there are giant groups like the fuck's that main one called? The Phantom, whatever. Anyway, those fuckers. Like, there's just like the Fandom
Menace.
Yeah, the Fandom Menace. Yeah. There's like Star Wars is literally probably one of the most toxic fandoms.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. An overinflated sense of ownership. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to a franchise I don't know. I feel like I have to get this out this episode because it'll keep happening.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it every episode. But the fact that these people continue to watch this shit and continue to complain every time something new comes out, and they continue to say they hate it and all this sort of stuff, and then it's like, well, just stop watching it. Like there's a difference between me like criticizing like that one scene in this episode, or saying like we didn't like the Book of Boba Fett and all that sort of stuff. Like I really don't think they understand what criticism is, because like criticism isn't DMing people consistently telling them that they ruined a franchise, or saying racist remarks and driving people off social media, and like I don't know if they understand the difference between criticism and just straight up like making hate a lifestyle choice, which is what a lot of these people do. They make hate a lifestyle choice. It's ridiculous.
Absolutely. So yeah, I was thinking about it today. It's like all these people complaining that they're being super woke, all the Star Wars stuff being super diverse. But, you know, that's so commonplace now. If everything's woke, it's just the new normal. You know? It's not really... Woke is becoming kind of obsolete because it's just
But I don't even get, like... So their major complaints for her is that acting's terrible, which I just straight up disagree with. I don't see how you could watch those first 2 episodes and say her acting was terrible at any stage. She's also like as far as like if you want receipts, she's a well-trained theater actress and nominated actress. Like, so like all of that is just whatever. Like if you don't like her performance,
that's fine. It's personal taste.
But like, yeah, there's a degree of personal taste, but there is also a side of like to say she literally cannot act is like or shouldn't be acting. I'm like, there is a degree of like being like, I thought she was bad in this, but then like saying that she's terrible, like shouldn't be an actress. Like, what? She's literally award nominated. Like, you can not like the performance, but at the end of the day, like saying that she's like one of the worst actors. Anyway, I think her performance in the first 2 episodes is fine. It's not mind blowing, but
the other amusing one that I saw was people were complaining that her character was underdeveloped. It's 2 episodes in.
Yeah. 2 episodes in. Yeah,
she's had like 15 minutes of screen time.
Yeah, I think there was that tweet going around too, where it was like someone complaining, like, how did she know who Anakin was? And then someone's like quote retweeting it, like, I don't know, dude, watch the fucking show. Like these motherfuckers.
That's what the problem with this weekly model is. You know, if it's all out there, then you would know, and you wouldn't be able to complain about that.
It's fucking ridiculous. It drives me up the wall. And then what was the other thing? What was it? I don't know. They were saying like her character is like the acting's terrible and the character's terrible and all that stuff. I'm like, what? This is one of those things, like, I just don't get it. Like, if you told me this a week ago watching that episode that this character would have been controversial, I would have been like, why? Like,
Chapar calls
and
too
then
much.
they're calling this character like woke and stuff. I'm like, why? Because that's the part where I'm like, no, you're racist if you're saying that. Because if you're saying that this character is woke, the only reason you're saying that is because she's not white.
Yeah.
Like, there is nothing woke about this character other than the fact that she's played by a black woman. You know what I mean? Like, there's no wokeness. There's nothing. She's a bad guy. Like, she's not out here fucking waving the feminist flag or like voting for, you know, higher wages or taxing the rich. She's literally trying to kill everyone. Like, what's the woke part? It's just fucking, yeah, I don't know. Dumb motherfuckers. To a degree, I'm like, just don't make things anymore. Like, let's just stop making things that people like. So everyone just learns what's like. Fucking ridiculous. Drives me well. But that's not to say, like, people are like, oh, I can't criticize the show. I'm like, we can. We've been making fun of that Leia running scene. Like, it's one of the funniest, stupidest scenes in the show. Whatever. You can make fun of that if you want.
I mean, yeah. I'm disappointed there wasn't a Leia running scene in this. I mean, should be just a running gag through.
Yeah. It's like, anyway.
I will say some of the cinematography towards during Obi-Wan's, like, chase running away from Darth Vader, it was very shaky, like over the top shaky. Like, they could have toned it down a little bit. They could have put it on a little bit of a steady cam or something.
Yeah, I also thought his running away was just like, he would literally like dart off screen and then you'd show him running for an extra like 1 second when it cuts to the next shot.
Went round this dial of dirt.
He would stop like, whew, I made it. And then like, dude, you literally just like, he's probably right behind you. Like, you not watch the horror movie?
No horror movies. Horror is no genre in Star Wars.
This horror is not a genre in Star Wars. Apparently not.
Galaxy far, far away.
It doesn't give any fucks about running. So yeah, that's a bit weird. I did really like the way, like the lightsabers, I don't know on your shitty TV, but at least on mine, my beautiful OLED, those bright colored lightsabers against the black screen, like the blackness of the setting and everything like that, shone up like just very bright. It was very pretty to look at. So yeah, quite enjoyed that. That was good. Don't know I can't remember what that alien's name is, but I want to give shout outs to him, even though he's a fucking rat. I enjoyed whatever his name was.
Creef?
Yeah. Rat, but I quite enjoyed his time.
See who voiced him?
No, it sounded like Seth Rogen though.
Zach Braff.
There you go, Zach Braff. That adds up.
Yep.
Very good. Yeah, any other bits we missed to discuss?
So we had Tala, played by Indria Varma.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Dara. She's cool.
She was good. She was very good.
Should have stayed with Leia, though. You know?
Should have stayed with
Obi-Wan specifically asked you to.
Yeah. To be fair,
sure, Obi-Wan would have died, but...
No. Taylor would have... Taylor, whatever her name is, she would have died, because she would have been...
Here's a question. How did Third Sister get to the end of the tunnel before Leia, without Leia noticing?
Fuck if I know. There's lots of things in that last 5 minutes that I'm like, I don't know how any of that works, but whatever.
Yeah, there's a little bit of logic jumps there.
Yeah. That last 5 minutes is full of logic jumps.
Okay.
Lots of it.
So here's my question. So they're in that safe house, and Obi-Wan is looking at all the...
Yeah, I was going to bring this up as my last
names on the wall.
Quinlan
He
Voss.
mentions Quinlan. Who is Quinlan?
Quinlan Voss is a character that can be seen for about 1 second in the background of The Phantom Menace, and he actually got a toy off that, I think. However, he's in several episodes of The Clone Wars, and then he's in probably one of my favorite post-Clone Wars cancelled books, which I can't remember the fucking name of. Anyway, it's him and... what is it? I think it's called The Dark Disciple. Hold on, I'll go double check this one. But The Dark Disciple. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think so.
That is
come up. Yeah.
Yeah, so this was like they cancelled really great book. It sort of made me go from like I enjoy his character. He's like sort of he's a Jedi in Clone Wars, but he's also like a naughty boy Jedi, if you know what I mean. Like he's always sort of pushing against the grind of the Jedi Order. He's always sort of willing to twist and break the rules. Definitely, you know, more so than Obi-Wan or anything like that. But not in like an Anakin, I'm turning to the dark side way. Just more of a fun way sort of thing. So he's quite a interesting character. He definitely like sort of had a niche fan base and stuff. But this book, which was supposed to be a animated story when they canceled it, and then they turned some of the stories into like comic books and stuff, but they turned this arc into a book called Dark Disciples, written by Christy golden. I would suggest reading it if anyone likes Quinlan Vos in the Clone Wars and you haven't already. It's the other main character in it is a Sarge Ventress.
Apparently it's canon, so...
Yeah, and it is canon, by the way. Yeah, it is still considered canon. Another main character is a Sarge Ventress, who is, of course, in Clone Wars, is Count Dooku's apprentice. And it's a romance. The two of them get a little bit hot and heavy. You know what I mean? Yeah. They have previously hinted that Quinlan Vos survived. I can't remember if it was in the Star Wars comic or the Darth Vader comic, one of the canon ones. At some stage, Darth Vader's shown a list of Jedi that survived, and on that list is the name Quinlan Vos. So that's not the first time I've mentioned him being alive. Will he show up? Highly doubt it. It's just sort of a throwaway cool line. But yeah, for the hardcore
Quinlan
Quinlan
Vos
fans out there,
what you're saying.
He could definitely show up somewhere, and I wouldn't be against it because he's sort of a niche enough character that doesn't feel like major Easter egg fan servicey thing. You can definitely do something with someone like him. But he's a fun character. Yeah, if you want to learn more about him, I'd definitely look him up. He's not like another boring Jedi. He's a little bit more fun.
Okay.
He has a cool arc in the Clone Wars where he teams up with Obi-Wan Kenobi and can't remember who they take down. They take down a Hutt or a bounty hunter. I don't know, someone like that. But that was a fun little arc they did together. So yes, but I was going to mention that. That was the one little Easter egg thing on the website. I assume someone will pause that. So the writing on the wall is in Orbrish, but someone will translate it, I presume.
Wow.
After we've recorded.
Nerdle it.
What? It's a Star Wars language. What language. How's that nerdle it? I know what the language is. I can't translate it. I don't know the language.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the third sister going into that room and then looking at the logo, does she have tight? She clearly clearly more implying that she's got a history.
She knows
with the Jedi.
Yeah, she knows some shit.
That kind of stuff.
I was thinking about, by the way, my new theory is that she wasn't she wasn't actually one of the Padawans, because in retrospect, if you think so, the fourth brother or whatever says that or the Inquisitor, whoever it was, Grand Inquisitor, says she came to them or whatever. So now I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. It was her sister. There you go.
What,
her sister was the Padawan at the start of the first episode who gets killed.
It's possible. I mean, she still could be one. And she had been living on the streets. She was sick of hiding. Decided, if you can't beat him, join him.
Yeah. All right.
One last thing. I was very disappointed that Ned B, the Loaderbot, didn't get to use that hammer. I wanted to see him use that hammer.
No, I've seen enough hammer fight scenes on the Mandalorian with the armor. I'm good.
Not with bots.
No, not with bots.
I want to see it smash someone's head open with the hammer.
There's still time. Could be in the next episode.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us on this episode. Please subscribe to Holocron Entries for all our other Star Wars shows, including The Mandalorians, The Very Bad Batch, whatever our Andor show is called, and much more Star Wars content. Follow all of our Twitters by heading to explosionnetwork.com/Twitter and join our Discord, explosionnetwork.com/Discord, to talk Star Wars and anything else you would like. If you like this episode and you'd like to tell us, head on over to explosionnetwork.com/support to donate as low as $1 or set up a monthly recurring payment to support the website and all our other shows. Until next week, please be civilized.